Hello everyone! In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet a beautiful shells blanket in only one color. In my previous video I did it in two colors and I had several comments asking me about how to do it in one color. So I decided just to do a video to show everyone. Please check out the description box for additional information. Thank you for watching and let's get started. You can use any yarn and hook you like for this pattern. Today I'll be using an H 5.00mm crochet hook, a worsted weight acrylic yarn by Red Heart, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle to sew in my ends. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This chain 4 will count as our first double crochet and chain 1. Now we're going to double crochet in our very first chain, right down here. So yarn over, insert your hook into that first chain, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops. Chain 1 and double crochet again into that same space. We're going to continue chaining 1 and double crocheting into that same space until we have a total of 8 posts in this space, so including that first chain at the beginning. I have 4 so far, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to chain 1 and continue double crocheting. There's 5, chain 1, 6, chain 1, 7, chain 1, and 8. Chain 1 lastly, just so you can slip stitch to the top of your very first chain to finish the round. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. To begin round 2, you're going to slip stitch into the space between your first 2 double crochets. So of course that chain at the beginning was our first double crochet, so we're just going to insert a hook, grab our yarn and pull it through and through for a slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this will count as our first double crochet. We're going to place 6 more double crochet into that same space. So we'll have a total of 7 double crochet. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This pattern is a repeat of 2 rows. You're going to have your framework round and your shell round. Now the framework round are these V stitches, and you will see how they become V stitches the further we go. And then this is our very first shell that we just created with these 7 double crochets. Into the next chain 1 space, you're going to single crochet. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops for the single crochet. Go into the next space and we're going to place 7 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to continue in this fashion all the way around. Into one space we're going to place a single crochet, and into the next space we're going to place 7 double crochet. So we should have 4 of these shells total when we finish this round. I'm going to let you continue. You're going to place 7 double crochet into the next space, then a single crochet, and then 7 double crochet into the following, and to end we're going to do a single crochet. Here I am at the end of round 2, and I just have that last single crochet to complete. When you've completed that, go ahead and slip stitch to the top of your original chain. that's what that looks like. We now have 4 single crochet and 4 shells. Next, we're going to do a framework round. So this is round 3 that we'll begin, and these are all V-stitches. To begin, you're going to chain 4 right from that slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will count as our first double crochet and chain 1 of the first V-stitch. Next, we're going to double crochet back down into this very last single crochet. So yarn over and just go right back and insert your hook into that single crochet. Grab your yarn and pull up a loop for your 3 loops on your hook for the double crochet. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that's our very first V-stitch. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and place another V-stitch into that very same single crochet. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into the same space. So now we have, basically this is going to be our corner. So it's going to be turned. Once we get going, you can see how that looks. So we have a V-stitch, a chain 3, and a V-stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over this next shell and place 2 V-stitches separated by a chain 3 into this next single crochet. So our first V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a second V-stitch into that same space. Chain 5 to skip over your next arch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then repeat what we just did, placing 2 V-stitches into the next single crochet. And of course they are separated by a chain 3. I'll let you complete this round. You just have 2 more chain 5s and another set of V-stitches right here in our last single crochet. At the end of round 3, slip stitch to the top of your original chain. So there is our very first framework round complete. So now we're going to do more shells. Slip stitch into the center of your very first V-stitch and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Place 6 more double crochet into that very same space. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 2, 4, 6, 7 if I'm counting that first chain. Single crochet into the middle of this next chain 3. Then place 7 double crochet into your next V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next, we're going to anchor this chain 5 that we have here. And in order to do that, we're going to single crochet into the 4th double crochet of the previous shell. So in this shell right here. To do that, go ahead and insert your hook from the front to the back, grabbing your yarn and looping over that chain 5, and make a single crochet. So just like that. Then in your next V-stitch, we're going to place 7 double crochet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this chain 3, you're going to single crochet, just like we did at the beginning, over here, and then 7 more double crochet in the next V-stitch. There's 4 for me, 5, 6, and 7. Now here we are at another chain 5. So we're going to do the same thing that we just did over here, and we're going to anchor that chain 5 by single crocheting into that 4th double crochet of the previous shell. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and let you complete this round. You're just going to be repeating what we just did. 7 double crochet in each V-stitch. Into the chain 3s, you're going to place a single crochet. And over these chain 5s, you're also going to anchor them with another single crochet. At the end, you can slip stitch, but I will see you in just a minute. Here I am at the end of round 4, and I'm just slip stitching to my original chain. So from here you can see our blankets kind of taking shape. These are going to be our corners, and then we have these side spaces. So into our corners, we're going to always have a double V-stitch. So these 2 V-stitches separated by a chain 3. Those are going to always be in the corners. Now in the side spaces, we're going to always have more multiplying side spaces. So right now we only have 1, but the next 2 rounds we're going to have 2, and it's just going to grow from there. So these rows will just repeat until our blanket is as large as we like. I'm going to do 4 more rounds with you, just so you get a really good hang of this. So we're going to chain 4 right from that slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet into that last single crochet. And that will be our first V-stitch. Now because it's a side stitch, we're just going to have 1 V-stitch there, and then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's our very first corner. So we're going to go ahead and place 2 V-stitches and a chain 3. So there's my first V-stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and the next V-stitch in the same space. So that's what that looks like. We're just going to continue this all the way around, chaining 5 over our shells, and into each side single crochet we're going to place just 1 V-stitch. And then over here in our corner single crochets, we're going to be placing the double V-stitch and the chain 3. So I'm going to let you continue this round, and I will meet back up with you at the end. Slip stitch to the 3rd chain at the beginning to complete the round. Now this is what round 5 looks like when it's all finished for me. I have 4 side V-stitches and 8 corner V-stitches. Now we can begin round 6. Slip stitch into the center of your first V-stitch and chain 3. You're going to place 6 more double crochet into that same space. Counting that first chain, I have 2 double crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, so a total of 7 double crochet into my first V-stitch. Here we are for that chain 5, and we want to make sure to anchor that with a single crochet into that fourth double crochet. Then move on to your next V-stitch and place 7 double crochet. 3 for me, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single crochet into that chain 3, and then place another shell into your next V-stitch. And just continue in this fashion all the way around. And at the end, I will show you how mine is looking, and we can slip stitch and move on from there. So this is what round 6 looks like for me. And as you see, our next round will be our V-stitch framework round. And here on the sides, you see we have 2 single crochets now. So we'll have 2 V-stitches. So these will just continue growing as your blanket gets bigger. And over here is our corner spaces and single crochets. And those will always remain the same no matter how big our blanket gets. To begin round 7, you want to do your chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then double crochet back into that last single crochet. So there's our first V-stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go over to our next single crochet, place a V-stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we are at our corner, so that's a V-stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and another V-stitch into the same space. So just continue this all the way around and place your double V-stitches into the corners and 2 V-stitches in each one of the single crochets on the sides. So just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. At the end of round 7, here's my work. And as you see, I just have 1 V-stitch in each one of my side single crochets. And then of course my double V-stitches in the corners. To begin round 8, slip stitch into the center of your first V-stitch and chain 3. Place 6 double crochet into that same space. Now, just like we have previously, we're going to anchor each one of our chain 5s with a single crochet into that 4th double crochet of the previous shell. Now here I am at another V-stitch, so 7 more double crochets. There I have 3. Six and 7, and anchoring again with another single crochet. When you get to your corner, you're going to place your 7 double crochet in each one of your V-stitches and then place a single crochet in that chain 3 space. Continue in this fashion all the way around, and I will meet back up with you at the end of this round. Here I have completed row 8 of my beautiful shells blanket, and from here I'm just going to let you complete your blanket. Just remember, you only have 2 repeating rows, your framework round, which is your V-stitches, and your shell round. So the next round, of course, will be your V-stitches or framework round, and you're going to place 1 V-stitch into each one of your single crochets on the sides, and each corner will have a V-stitch, a chain 3, and a V-stitch. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope it answered some of your questions on how to crochet a beautiful shells blanket in one color. Thank you also for taking the time to comment. I truly enjoy hearing from you, and please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that today. Have a lovely crochet day, and I will see you all in my next tutorial. Bye!